Reason why Kobe not on Mount
So we're
Rushmore.
gonna have a legit conversation, right? Legit conversation for Kobe being the GOAT, right? How does he get there? How does Kobe get in the GOAT conversation, right? Before you become the GOAT, you got to become top 10, right? All right, so how did Kobe become top 10? Let's go from his rookie year until he won his championship in 2002, right? So Kobe from 96 to 2002, that's like a 7-year span, right? He got 3 championships, 0 finals MVPs, 0 scoring titles, and 0 regular season MVPs, right? But he has a couple All NBAs. I believe he got 2 or 3. I believe he got 3, right? So 3 All NBAs. Did that put you? That's Gilbert Arenas. I'm just saying. For example, that's Gilbert Arenas, and he wasn't even 25 yet. I think he was 23. So that's a good career. You ain't no Hall of Famer, right? So at the end of that era, before Shaq leaves, and let's even count the next 2 years. The next 2 years, he loses in the second round after they won the third finals, and then they lost in the finals. That's his worst finals. The other one is worse than that. It's 2000 finals, but he was hurt, so it's a legitimate excuse why he only averaged 15 points. But that Detroit finals was terrible. So now Shaq leaves. 05 missed the playoffs. 06 losing the first round. 07 losing the first round. Is Kobe a top 10 player at this time? No way. It's not possible. It's not possible for Kobe to be the top 10 player all time in 2007. It's not possible. His resume doesn't fit it. He got some All NBAs. At this point, he got 2 scoring titles, but he has no MVPs and no Finals MVPs, right? But he got 3 championships. You're the second best player on a championship team. Up until this point, he's in the same category with James Worthy, with Scottie Pippen, but they got more chips than him. James Worthy got 4, I believe, right? Or 3. So they might have the same amount. But James Worthy, actually has a Finals MVP and led his team in scoring the whole playoffs. So is he on James Worthy level, which is what, top 30, maybe outside of the top 30? Depends how you want to look at it, right? If you judging Kobe on you like his style of play, that's called your favorite player. I like Iverson's style of play. I like Penny's style of play. I like T-Mac's style of play. You know what I'm saying? But are they actually significantly better than other players, right? So now where is Kobe before 2008? Before he won his first MVP? My fault. So before he won that first MVP, is Kobe a top 30 player? It's debatable, right? So that means what? An MVP in the finals run at 08, he gonna move up a little bit. That's significant. That we can't act like because he didn't win the title that year, that wasn't significant. He won the MVP and he went to the finals, but he lost. That's fine. That's one jump, right? How far does that jump you? I couldn't really say, but maybe in the top 25-ish now. You got an MVP. Not a lot of players could say that, right? Then you go to a finals and you win finals MVP. Now you got a chip without Shaq. That 2009 was like his like welcome party of like, oh, you finally won a chip without Shaq. People don't forget. I remember that at the time that was a real thing. Can Kobe win a chip without Shaq? That was a real debate. And to his credit, he did that. Feel me? Okay, cool. So now he jump up more. Back-to-back chips, back-to-back finals MVP, like it or not, feel how you want to feel about it. Kobe jumps. And he died. And I think that jump, some people put him even higher. But he jumped into the top 10. There's no top 10. After 2010, there's no top 10 without Kobe in it. No one has one. I don't care if he was 100 years old and you only saw Oscar Robertson. You got Kobe in top 10. So 2011, they get swept by Dallas. 2012, they lose to OKC. He gets injured 13, and his career is over, basically, right? He comes back, but he never went to playoffs again. So that Kobe career is done in 2010. So Kobe gets to where? The debate if he's better than Larry Bird is I say Bird is better because Bird was proven he was the best player in the league earlier in his career in a tougher era to me. Magic Johnson, Kareem, Hakeem, Jordan, Moses Malone, Dr. J, Larry Bird beat all of them. He faced all of them and had wins against all of them. So that's significant to me. I feel like competition matters, your era matters, and Bird. I keep getting the call. I don't even know what I was saying at this point, but basically, Kobe, is he better than Larry Bird? I don't really know. I say Bird is better because Bird was more proven in his era. He was the best player in the era with more competition, but whatever. If you want to say Kobe is top 5 all time, I'm not going to argue with you. I disagree, but I'm not going to argue with you about it. Okay, cool, no problem. I have my opinion, you have yours. But when we get to Duncan, how does he? I got Duncan Mount Rushmore. I got Jordan, LeBron, Magic, Duncan. How does Kobe pass Duncan in his own era? 1999, Shaq and Kobe is a real thing. Duncan beats them. Duncan and Robinson beat them, win the championship. This is only Duncan's second year in the league, mind you. So Duncan has literal series where he's outplaying Shaquille O'Neal. Obviously, he's one of the best players in the league. Duncan wins a back-to-back MVP, smacking the Shaq and Kobe era. 02 and 03, Duncan wins back-to-back MVPs. And then he wins the finals in 03, and one of the only players ever to win an MVP in a regular season, a championship, and the finals MVP, and all in the same year. Shaq did it in 2000, Duncan did it in 03, Kobe never did it. LeBron did it twice, Jordan did it 4 times, which is ridiculous. So my point is, and you see the graphic. I mean, I leave the graphic there because it's speaking for itself, right? Duncan has everything Kobe has, but he was always the dominant player in smacking his prime, right? The problem, the knock I really got on Kobe is ain't even the first round losses, even though that was significant. The missing the playoffs part, because they say Kobe was the best player in the league starting in 03. What they say? Which is not true. The argument can be made, was Kevin Garnett better than Kobe? That's a real argument. Why not? Why is that a real argument? Because KG not only won an MVP in his smacking in that same era in 04, but he drug his team to the finals. Western Conference Finals, and lost Shaq and Kobe. So when Shaq leaves, it's a question. Kobe missed the playoffs. I'm just like, that's my problem with him. I got the same problem with Kareem. I got Kareem out the top 10 for missing the playoffs back-to-back years. He's out the top 10 to me. Because I feel like you can't be the best player of your era. Best player, because when you say 5, now you get into a discussion, these are 5 best players ever. And smack in the middle of your prime, I see a dip that's not just a dip. Losing in the first round is a big enough dip. Missing the playoffs mean that you wasn't even competitive in the regular season. So anyway, that's my take on that. Duncan, 99, comes right in the league. He got drafted in 97, so this is his second year in the league. He beat Shaq and Kobe, wins a chip, right? Okay, cool. 2000 to 2002, Shaq and Kobe reached their peak. They smacking dudes around. Where 2000, mind you, Duncan was hurt. But whatever, that's cool. No excuses. Duncan was hurt. They still lost. Right, cool. 2001, they legitimately beat Duncan. Duncan had a good series, but they beat him. 02, they played again, and they beat him. 03, Duncan beat them. So Duncan is going through Shaq and Kobe every year, and he's the only person to beat them in their era. 99, he won, and then 03 he won, smack in their era, right? Then 04, they get beat by the Pistons, and then Duncan beat that same Pistons team the next year. You know what I'm saying? So my point is, man, Duncan is obviously one of the best players of that era. Then he wins again as Kobe is losing in the first round. Duncan wins a chip. Now, they gave Parker the MVP, but whatever. He still wins. So he got 4 chips smack in Kobe's era. So how is this Kobe's era? I'm confused. He's only the best player on his team at the end of the era. In the beginning of the era, it's Shaq and Duncan going back and forth. Who's the best? Then Garnett is kind of in the mix. And then Kobe later. And then when Shaq first left, he couldn't even prove it in the beginning. He had to get Gasol. So that's my point is he's still a top 10 player, but top 5 I just think is too much, bro. What y'all